So ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the draft of game number 2.
Looking at the movement just now as well, I just love Atlas starting the MSC skin in the middle just now. Onic as the first pick. They banned out the Lancelot, man. You gotta respect this. Burning Splash still banning out the Fanny, and Onic banning out the... Still, Burning Splash banning out the 1-1. I just love this Lancelot ban because back in Malaysia, even Milo said that the Lancelot is after the changes of the jungle. There might be cases where it's get banned out, and we see it here in game number 1. Even Onic is banning out the Lancelot.
Hey, look, they also banned the Diggy out, right? They finally understand it. Yeah. You know what? Our competition...
Even Kiboy's face is like, yeah, you know what?
We need to get out.
I'm okay with banning out the Diggy.
Oh man, but the Atlas. I'm worried about the Atlas here. Last time Novaria was the last ban. That should actually force them to do that. But if that's the case, then Onic, they're going to be able to pick that Atlas first pick if they want to.
Do they want to let the Kadita go though? The Kaja go as well?
I think Kiboy has so much that he can use that he could probably see the entire lineup first and then be like, you know what?
Never mind.
I have a hero that even you guys haven't thought about. I'm not gonna say it. I haven't thought about it yet.
Not our own.
Yeah.
Something like that. Kiboy is he's transitioned. He's not a key boy anymore. He's a key man. Burning Splash, the final ban. It's gonna be the Kaja. So letting the Atlas go, I will not stop it. And Novaria, that's gonna be first picked.
Sure.
Like we mentioned, man, in the patch notes segment earlier, Novaria has shifted the prio levels in the game, and when it's open, better first pick it. It's just, it's built-in map hacks, Lefel. I don't know how it can get better than that.
Oh, but we do have a quote here from Kyrie. I think even from Onic Philippines, Coach Yeb is the best coach he has had since, until Onic ID, and he doesn't think that it would have changed. He's still doing a lot of good things, and he's very impactful for the team.
Kyrie saying good
We
things.
can feel that, though.
Back-to-back, M3 grand finals, yeah.
But it's not just the knowledge that Coach Yeb brings to the table, right? It's the fact that he's able to give the team just balance, right? Morale.
And he's honestly a positive guy. He has a second name.
Huh?
Coach Yeb is the first one. Coach Yes is the second one. He brings positivity to the team. He brings comfort. Everyone feels relaxed, but at the same time, super motivated. Looking back into the draft here, Burning Splash picking up the Eve as well as the Fredrin. Novaria, we really do have to see the impact here because based on our own personal testings, number 1, damage, amazing. Honestly, very, very great. Amazing range as well, but again, the ult providing so much utility, not only just giving vision, but actually making it so much easier to hit your skill shots. If you're already hitting a lot of your Beatrix, you're gonna hit a lot more after this.
And on top of that, it also cancels recall, so really good
that's
for
annoying.
buying time as well.
And you know, the thing is, you don't even need your ult to open up. You can use your first skill. There's
And your second skill.
so many enablers here. A lot of heroes can be enabled by the Novaria, and with that, they actually go for the Clon and Yu Zhong. So we were talking about Beatrix and a lot of the skill shot heroes that definitely will benefit from that, but this is a scary pick. This is the pick that we spoke about earlier. Donut has an 80% win rate.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, good and bad. The Claude is good going up against the Eve. Amazing.
Yes.
Leslie is good going up against the Claude.
Yes.
But this is a 5v5, not a 1v1, because looking at the situation right now, the Yu Zhong, if the Yu Zhong can get on top of that Leslie and actually forcing the Leslie to hit the dragon, the black dragon form coming in from the Yu Zhong, there's a lot of interactions here happening. So Donut picking up the Leslie is actually very brave. We got to see if it really works out in this game.
Yeah, I think they need a little bit more frontline, honestly, here. And Onic, with that in mind, right, they're going to go straight for the Uranus ban.
It just shows how much they know about the Uranus, right? It worked for them. Maybe no other team has picked it up, but
the damage buff, it means a lot.
Exactly, and with that, they will respect the hero that they were able to utilize to win game number 1. And like you mentioned, Lefel, this Leslie is going to be in a bit of trouble, and that's why Burning Splash are doubling down on the fact that, you know, no assassins for Kyrie. You know, get him off of the assassins, this time especially. With the Leslie, you're not as, you know, sustainable. You can't really survive a lot of these dives. So Haya and maybe do they want to take the Ling out here?
I honestly feel like it's not a bad pick to ban out, honestly. Like, even if you lose the fight, there is an option for you to spin.
Oh, I forgot about the Kadita, yeah. Kadita Yu Zhong was what destroyed the Leslie at ISF.
Oh, yes. That's very true. Now
so it's still going to be the respect.
Yeah, definitely. And now we're going to see what Onic goes for here, right? They've already limited Uranus here from the front line, trying to eliminate any presence that perhaps could give Onic a bit of a hard time, especially in that front line. Are they going to go for that again, or do they want to go for something else here, right? It seems like they haven't picked up a roamer. Maybe an Atlas ban could come through from Onic. But the same thing can be said for Burnex Flash, honestly.
No, I'm thinking of like, okay, definitely didn't think about a Franco ban coming in here for the side.
It's actually good.
It's actually good.
Yuzong doesn't like Franco.
Definitely.
Claude doesn't like Franco.
Bloody Hunt, always.
I don't like Franco.
Why? I thought you were a roamer.
Yeah, and I always get picked off by the Franco. Stop it. It's annoying.
Personal experience. I agree. Especially when it's on the hands of someone like D7 who can actually use it,
yeah.
right?
But
Burnex Flash, remember, with the Diggy banned, they can still go for something like an Atlas here, but it is a bit too risky knowing that Claude can go for Purify. Novaria can also join in with that Purify. He doesn't even need Purify. Plays all the way to the back. You want to go for the Joy. A hero that can dive, and in this particular situation, it's still flex. It's still great for Burnex Flash.
The Joy can go jungle.
And the Joy can go XP.
But Joy's early game has been weakened a lot.
Joy?
So?
The Joy?
Some people might not matter. It's
Some
like
people might not matter.
Some people might not care. That's the correct word. Some people might not care. I heard the What's the about?
The Joy sets up perfectly for what Onic might be planning.
And what are they planning?
You know, Navaria's cool and all, but it's just not. It doesn't scream Kiboy. You know what does?
What does scream
Kufra.
Oh yeah. Actually, Kufra is good against the Leslie as well.
Yeah, exactly. Some more dive into the back. They can go for an assassin as well with some. But that's the thing. They can't go for assassins, I feel like, if they go for the Kufra, because that mid control is definitely going.
Oh!
There you go. It's a Chou.
Wow.
Okay, even more Kiboy.
Bowman, man.
I said Kufra? No, Chou.
Dude, now honestly,
The buffs.
Onic can go for a snowball because the buffs on the Bowman
Is insane.
is insane.
It's
Here's
broken.
the thing. If you build damage, that's amazing. Now,
Here it is.
Look at the changes. Lethal counter before this is just 400 plus 60% total physical attack, 20 to 30% of the enemy's lost HP. Now, sure, the total physical attack has been dropped to 150 plus 70%, but the lost HP, it will plus from 30%. If you are level 12, it will go up to 45% of the enemy's lost HP. So for now, you build full tank, you will do so well, especially looking at how squishy Burnex Flash composition is.
Oh, I want to see the last pick coming in from Burnex Flash, and it's going to be the Kufra.
Okay. So
Now
the
that you
Kiboy.
see, what do you feel? Because you wanted to see it, now you see it.
I see it.
All right.
What do you think about the Kufra?
I don't think it's a bad choice, honestly. I mean, they needed more CC in their composition, and that's definitely the CC that you can utilize, but I'm not really sure if the Kufra is going to be reliable to pick things off for the composition that Onic has brought.
Yeah, very mobile, a lot of range. They can keep on, you know,
Like
they have the
Novaria.
claw. Novaria is going to be playing all the way back, but looking at the composition, there's no other hero they can really go for who can catch the Novaria as good as Kufra, right? Maybe the Chou with a flicker, but Kufra has a very good gap closer, and that's maybe what they're looking for here. I want to say that Onic have just learned from their mistakes. Guess what? When they picked Leslie at M4, guess who bonked them in their face?
Who bunked them on the face?
Yaoi on the Chou.
Yaoi on the Chou?
Chou.
Yaoi on the Chou?
Into a Leslie.
Oh, dude, but now listening to the crowd cheering and roaring, game number 2, we already see the flashes, and looks like we're going to game number 2 of MSC 2023. Onic going up against Burnex Flash. This is possibly the last game for Onic, but if Burnex Flash wants to continue, they gotta win this one.
They definitely do. And taking a look at these lanes, right? I mean, I understand, right? Leslie does good against the Claude based on range, but early game Leslie, I think she needs a little bit more time to level things up, have the damage that she's meant to have.
Yeah, against everyone else, sure. Against Claude, no. Claude just doesn't do anything in lane against the Leslie. You can expect the Chou, Kiboy, to always be top lane if they want CW to be, you know, a factor in the game.
Plus, honestly, the real reason why Leslie is so good going up against the Claude, because the playstyle of a Claude is you want to battle mirror image in, blazing duet, and usually you'll be using a Wind of Nature. Going up against a Leslie that does true damage, the Wind of Nature is a non-factor.
Also, the cancel from that second skill. Donut can cancel the Blazing Duet. That is a big, big mechanic that Burnex Flash will try to utilize in these skirmishes. And again, you can already see as well the range. That's, I think, the #1 thing for Burnex Flash. And if you take a look at the emblems once again, you could see that it's actually just pretty normal.
Yeah, everything's pretty normal, and we're talking about normally it's a 1v1 lane. Even Donut's like, yeah, I can 1v1 CW. They're not letting it happen. Both teams are going for a 2v2 lane up here in the gold, and it's all about the mid laners jumping on, but D7 catches Sans, but Sans is still able to get away because not enough damage yet to take him down.
Yeah, this is really different to what we saw in game number 1, right? A lot more emphasis on the gold lane for sure. And the fact that Sans can actually mobilize around the map a lot quicker than CCAT actually might be the answer or a little bit of an edge that Onic does have here from the mid lane. Because with the mid lane control, they're going to be able to rotate a lot faster. But now, emphasis onto the next neutral objective. Once again, Burnex's flash going to be the first one there. Doesn't look like Onic wants to contest.
Yeah, mid control held down by Burnex's flash. The fact that they also were able to translate that over to XP is good. Kiboy jumps in though.
Yeah, right now looking at Kyrie dropping really low, has to use the little counter, so now he really can't contest for the turtle. Boots finds ATM. ATM, even though he has the vengeance, able to run away. D7
gold lane,
unable to catch Kiboy, but looking at the gold lane, looks like Donut is being harassed by Sans. First blood goes over to Onic.
I mean, we talked about it right before, right? Novaria has the range, has the damage, and has the mobility, right? So she's quite broken, honestly. We do understand why she was banned out in that first game. And here in the second game, man, Donut's not going to have a really good time if Sans is able to roam around like that.
And it's still a different Onic. Game number 1, Onic played towards CW. Game number 2, Onic are playing towards CW. What that shows is CW is feeling it, unlike M4, right? So he can actually carry the game. And this time on the Claude, he's actually performing really well against his counter. If Leslie falls off, if he's not able to survive in the laning phase, it's done. And they're doing it as well onto Chama.
Chama gets kicked. Sans as well as Kyrie is there. Sans secures the last hit, and now Kiboy is feeling himself. He's like, yeah, I got the Chou. I got a playmaker. Donut and D7 are there. It looks like they want to deal a little bit of damage onto Kiboy.
Donut
there. Donut has to flicker away. That's a big battle spell used.
For sure, for sure. But even then, oh, wait a minute. Kyrie, he's going to get taken low just a little bit, though.
Yeah, looks like he's willing to sacrifice a little bit of HP to make sure that he secures that. Kiboy able to run away. Kyrie very, very low. But again, the backup from Onic is very, very fast. And it's a good start because 1.4 thousand goal lead for Onic.
That was such a good dodge, right, by Kiboy earlier. But what I really wanted to highlight right now, right, 4 minutes in the game, we are going to see the in-game equipments in just a bit. But please highlight that Kyrie here on the Balman, like we mentioned, is one level ahead of Chama.
Also, just going for the Molten Essence, like we mentioned, there's no damage necessary for this Balman. You can go just full utility. And on the other side, you can actually see, because they have such a good utility jungler at their disposal, they can actually just give Boots the option to go for full damage. He actually already has the hammer. He's building most probably towards, I don't know, maybe even in this position, Heptases. He might just want to be the assassin that dives on Donut.
Right now, Onic starts the turtle. D7 tries to find an angle, unable. He guts Kyrie. Chama secures the turtle. Kyrie goes down. CCAT secures that kill for himself. But Boots on the back line. Make sure he gets CCAT to make sure that that's a good trade. But Chama gets Kiboy. A lot of fights going from the back and forth. CW is still clearing the lane. Boots, you're trying to run away. You're not running away from Chama. Double kill for the jungler for Burnex's flash.
Wow, okay, now that's not good for Onic, right? Because what initially was, 1,000, 2,000 gold lead has shrunk to only 400. And man, I feel like Chama is just, what do you call it when he's like the anchor? Do you call it an anchor or like the wild card? He's the wild card, honestly. When he performs, it's so difficult for Onic to look for anything on the board. And look at that, the entire situation just gets flipped to the opposite end.
I gotta say, honestly, for that scrimmage just now, a lot of props has to be given to D7 because he stopped Kyrie, and once he's stunned up, he can't use his retribution. So the retribution fight was very easy for Chama. D7 taking a bit of poke damage, but Donut took more damage than D7. An accurate shot coming in from Sans.
And I think it was just a bit too greedy from Onic, right? The reason they were able to win and get a lead early on was the fact that they were able to play around CW. Because for next Flash, their composition heavily emphasizes that turtle control. With the Yi, better mid control, and with obviously the Fredrin, they could just give the chance over. Kiboy.
Looks like the kick doesn't actually connect to the right spot. Kiboy has to run away, but D7 is going to get punished quite a lot, but the flicker saves him. And now D7 looks like does he really want to go back in? Kyrie is blocking for Kiboy. Kiboy actually canceled his recall, but so far, as long as no one gets sacrificed for the side of Onic, all is good.
Oh, look at CW getting in that item as well. That's a little power spike for him. Should be able to work around it. And like you mentioned, a different gameplay for Onic. And I agree with you, right? Because when Onic were leading, they did not contest for the turtle. Instead, they went in for a gank onto Donut. There, they force it out. They lose, but there's a mid power spike coming in, especially for Kyrie here. We'll see what happens.
D7 jumps in, but doesn't get Kyrie. Kyrie secures the turtle. Look at that. D7 is going to go down. Boots secures it. ATM got kicked in the wrong place, but Taman still in the middle. Double kill for Boots. Boots again taking the team on his back. CW tries to chase after ATM, but ATM almost gets sniped down by Sans.
Again, Onic playing it just clinically in that position. Sans trying to look for him. Doesn't find him, goes for a shot anyways, and does not get anyone. But I would actually say in that team fight, Kiboy, he wasn't kicking to the wrong direction. He was actually utilizing that kick to zone ATM away as he has that vengeance, giving his team a bit more space to play with. And here, also, Eterna, you mentioned that DHS and Golden Staff. Now, this is a plus and a minus. If you go for the Leslie, yes, you know, the Claude will not have to go for Wind of Nature. Doesn't even need to go for Steel Leg Plates, but that does give him a bit more space to go for full damage, and then the rest of your team might suffer if you lose lane. That's why Burnex Flash really had to bank on Donut bullying CW. Kiboy.
Kiboy gets a beautiful kick onto D7. D7 goes down. CW with the Blazing Wedge goes after Donut. Donut is about to go down, but he has to go back. What a dangerous situation for CW, opting to make sure that he doesn't make a mistake. And Sans didn't hit the snipe onto Donut. Kiboy still wants it. No, he just wants to make sure that he doesn't recall early.
Oh, he's being so aggressive. He's being Kiboy.
They're stopping his recalls.
He's being Kiboy, stopping recalls like you mentioned before. But like we mentioned, right, there is a mid-game power spike happening for Onic. So even earlier on, if BXF put Onic in a tough position, Onic has that mid-game to count on, right? They have Kyrie on the Bellman. They also have CW that needs a little bit more time to get those items. But once they do, that's how much pressure that they have in the, you know, just team fights in general.
This is Novaria's debut game in MSC, in fact, in the entire Mobile Legends ecosystem. And now we can definitely see that it's very impactful here. 3,000 gold lead for Onic. Now that the Lord has spawned, we can definitely see it is a big priority for them to start things up. D7 charges in, but doesn't catch his Kiboy. CW, super low, gets taken down by Donut. That's a good start for Burnex Flash. ATM goes in. Kyrie gets pushed back into the fight by D7, and D7 secures the kill for himself.
CW, again, the battle mirror image, I think was just misplaced there. He panicked a bit, and this is Burnex Flash with the capitalization. Similarly to game number 1, BXF will be able to contest for the first Lord. They have the utility for this red tree.
Oh my
Boots
god.
jumping in.
Yeah, right now, Black Dragon form. They find Donut, but Donut gets back inside turret range. Boots still secures the kill. ATM is super low. He has to go back. D7 front lining for CCAT. And look at his Sans from side, unable to get D7. Now Chama has to run away as well. That's a good fight by Onic, but still the Lord goes to the hand of Burnex Flash.
I mean, they were grasping for anything they could grasp on, right? Clearly, they weren't able to get control over the Lord, so the next best thing is they can do is try and prevent for BXF to have the most optimal push, which is how? Take away Donut. And that's exactly what they were able to achieve. However, if one of them were taken out, that could have ended a lot differently. Very risky play.
Thing is, Burnex Flash, the Lord isn't what it looks like. They're not using the Lord in the conventional way. They're not just using the Lord to siege down turrets. It's a bonus. What the Lord is used for here for Burnex Flash is to give Donut more space. They need time, and they're doing it right now.
And D7 gets caught and gets killed by Kyrie right now. It looks like what is really stopping Onic from moving forward is D7. And Kiboy is just like, yeah, let me get him, and you guys finish him off.
D7 is role-playing as Boots in the first game.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful.
You gotta be careful.
And Donut is cosplaying himself in MPLKH because this is exactly what Burnex Flash like to do. They will lose early game. They will straight out just give everything over. Team fights, whatever. As long as Donut continues to scale at a steady pace, and right now, despite him being behind, despite him being ganked so much, he actually completed the BOD. So he has the Berserker's Fury, Endless Battle, and BOD. The trio items that you need, but that range. That's the thing. The Novaria he didn't go for Endless. He went straight for BOD, so that power spike is a bit delayed. He needs to get that endless, or yeah, he's already building towards it. So there you go.
But here again, Kiboy already has the Twilight armor, so he can take a bit of damage from Donut. So I'm kind of thinking that Boots as well as Kairi will be building towards the Twilight armor as well. So Donut, he really has to select his targets carefully to make sure that he really impacts in the game. And you guys were talking about how D7 is cosplaying Boots. Let's talk about Boots. 4-1-0. He's having a very good game on this Yuzong.
He is. It's a power pick, right? It's very, very comfort for him as well, for him to use. He's used it a lot for how many seasons already, so definitely something that he didn't have to really adapt with. But another thing that I really wanted to highlight is the fact that, let's say Donut gets that power. Oh, what?
ATM.
All right, ATM's fine, ATM's fine.
Getting chunked quite a bit there.
Yeah, but let's say Donut gets to that power spike, right? The problem is Leslie is single target, right? So even if she does get that damage, she gets the crit, she gets the true damage as well, how much of an impact can she have if CW is already full item?
Oh, it's still big. It's still
It's still
massive.
big, yeah.
Like, CW on his own gets countered by the Leslie, right? So, again, CW can't just go in randomly with the Blazing Duet. They need to target Donut. And the thing is, Burnix Flash's composition is already playing around Donut. The Joy and the Fredjit, most importantly, are there to just prolong the team fights, to give the Leslie more time, more space, to poke them down. Slowly but surely, that true damage builds up.
Just now, it hit quite a bit. Chima, Kairi, they're eyeing each other down in terms of level. Kairi will hit level 15 a bit earlier compared to Chima.
Oh.
And now Kiboy manages to get CCAT, but no one is close enough. CW is there, but Kiboy's going to get taken down by ATM. And now CW and Sans, they're trying to kite away. Boots from the backline. Black Dragon Form goes after Donut, and Donut gets petrified. Donut still survives, but Sans gets the killing spree. But Boots gets taken down by CCAT. And now both teams are not looking at the Lord. They're looking at the kills. Both teams sacrificed quite a bit just now.
Yeah, 2-for-1 trade, and that was nearly not worth it for Onic if not for the range and the targeting that Sans has. And you've got to give him a bit of props, right? Novaria's second skill isn't as easy to target.
Oh no.
You know, it's quite difficult, but he still manages. And once again, more aggression as both of these teams emphasis on the next Lord.
Look at CW, ATM doing quite a lot of damage, and now Kiboy finds one. Does he want to get a kick? But no, not yet. Kairi as well as Chima are there. Kairi secures it. Kairi gets the Lord, but Zika with a real one manipulation. Right now, Kiboy gets pushed away, and Kairi gets taken down by Zika. Donut gets a kill onto Kiboy, even though Onic gets the Lord. CW gets away with a slither of health.
Way too aggressive there by Onic, and Donut makes them pay for it. Remember, again, Donut is the key member on Burn X Flash in this game that Leslie needs to scale. The fact that he got a kill earlier will give him more, and the fact that Onic got the Lord, it actually will be good for Burn X Flash because the Lord will be cleared up, and that will give Donut more gold to play with. He's gonna be farming, he's gonna be able to hit that power spike. And earlier, before the Lord, when Donut got picked off, 2-for-1. On paper, it's not worth it for Onic, but it was worth it for Onic. As long as Donut doesn't have game time, doesn't have the time to roam around, get gold, it should be better for Onic. Ooh,
that was close.
Sublime reaction time from CW.
That was, wait a minute.
Manipulation, Hughes, and right now CW is gonna get pushed away from the fight. ATM is making sure that he does not contribute, and Sans almost gets ATM. Quite an initiation, start off by Burnix Flash, but Onic manages to get away.
Oh, that was too close for comfort, right? That was beautiful. And talking about in-game equipment, now I understand, right? Now I see the damage and the, not just like the single target damage that makes an impact, right? But just that kiting.
The kiting, the cancel, and now he's actually building towards Wind of Nature.
Yeah.
So he has
That's
the
big
trio
difference
items.
That's so bad.
Big difference here.
That's what we mentioned, right? The trio items is what he needs to deal damage, and after that he can go for Wind of Nature, and then, if the game goes even longer, second BOD. With that second BOD, it's almost a guaranteed win. Kiboy.
He sees D7, he wants the kick, but D7, beautiful, managing to get himself in a position that makes it so that he can run away. Real world manipulation used by CCAT. CW, half HP, but no one from Burnix Flash can actually go for it. D7 now knows that Kiboy wants him for some reason, and he's ready to counter the fact that he's going to get caught.
It all relies on Kiboy, I believe, now for Onic. Kiboy and Yuzong. Because it's all about finding Donut. they're like cops.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Thank you very much. That was actually very good. I didn't expect that. But now, speaking of not expecting anything, this is a 60-minute game with 9 kills to 9 kills. And now Donut level 15. Same with Kairi. Same with Chma. So now it's basically an even playing field when it comes to the Lord fights. And definitely look at the roamers, because D7 as well as Kiboy, if they can hit, if they can time their, if they can hit their crowd control on the junglers, not making sure that they can't use the retribution, that might be the difference maker. And as you mentioned, the winner nature is going to be huge in this fight.
I think at this point, they don't even need to try to win that for Onic. All Kiboy needs to do is kick D7, actually. Let Kairi 50-50, because on a Bellman, it's never a 50-50. And now, the Yuzong can't even dive to Donut with the winner nature, so it really relies on Kiboy. Kiboy needs to get a good kick. ATM jumping in.
ATM is looking for CW. CW's at the back, and right now they're trying to zone away Boots as well as Kairi. Kiboy finds Chma. Doesn't want to kick just yet. Right now, looking at the situation, Burning Splash. They want to force a fight. Donut, you're in a very dangerous situation. Kiboy finds Donut! Donut gets kicked back! Mega kill for Sans! Boots gets D7! Kiboy had to use his immortality, double kill for Boots. Boots is really carrying Onic right now. Chma and Seacat tries to run away. This is a very bad fight for Burn X Splash, and Onic wins it all!
Oh my god, that was beautifully, beautifully done. And look at Sans and his confidence as he's dealing that damage onto Seacat. They're gonna go for the top side aggression here into that bottom side. But it seems like Kairi is still gonna go for the Lord here.
10 seconds onto that timer. They can actually go for the end here. Seacat is getting zoned.
Yeah, right now the minions are going in. Seacat uses the real manipulation, but it's not gonna help out Onic Esports. Onic is